MotoSurf Games returns to Sebring, Florida for 3 days of racing on Lake Jackson, culminating in the finals of the Americas Championship. The action-packed weekend featured 4 racing categories: the elite class, the women's class, the fiercely competitive hobby class, and a junior category. Daring riders pushing the limits of motorized surfboards, driving the sport to new heights with their dedication and skill. Sebring, Florida is a charming city known for its rich history and natural beauty. Sebring lies on the shores of Lake Jackson, known for its natural sandy beaches and popularity as a destination for boating and swimming. Sebring has high-octane excitement in its blood, home to the world-famous 12 Hours of Sebring motorsport endurance race that attracts thousands of sports cars fans from around the world.
We've got our 4th year of MotoSurf coming here, and it's exciting to see a growing sport that really kind of birthed itself and then came to where it is. So anything with racing we get excited about, and to have MotoSurf come here with Martin bringing it here is such an exciting time.
The Sebring Jet Surf racetrack was long, fast, and featured a split course.
I like this track because it's a little bit more spread out, so we're not necessarily all right there with each other, which I enjoy because then it's a nice open track and I can speed through it.
Additionally, there was an electrifying sea bob race and a jet surf tube fun race designed to provide entertainment for the entire family. Now let's get acquainted with some of the top contenders in the elite class. The elite class featured 9 of the fastest riders pushing the limits of speed and performance on the water. One of the favourites going in was American Anthony Squire, who emerged victorious in the previous Keystone Heights race and finished 3rd at the World Championship leg in Puglia, Italy.
It's always a tough one. It's never easy. I have won the last 5 US races in a row. Hopefully this is my 6th. This will be the 3rd season that I've won.
Anthony's friend, Canadian Mark Andrews, is perhaps his most formidable rival, determined to beat Squire.
Yeah, I want it. I want it. Just want to try and keep up with these guys, get some practice for the World Cup, and ride against some of my homies.
Mexican rider Juan Pablo de Urquidi, also known as JP, is another longtime rival to both Mark and Anthony. American Tyler Chenault is steadily improving and could upset the top 3.
I'm feeling good. I'm just here to kind of prove it to myself that like all the training and my endurance training pays off this race.
Jet ski champion Mark Gomez, Chilean Jaime the Hurricane Huncache, and Canadian Scott Freeby are also strong contenders. Qualifying was intense. JP held provisional pole, followed by Mark Andrews, until Anthony Squire delivered a crushing lap, beating the field by almost 2 seconds.
118 flat.
Squire continued his dominant form, taking the first 2 heats. There was a big crash at the start of Heat 3, taking out Mark Andrews.
Don't get saucy. Who just did that? Who the heck was that?
JP led Heat 3, but penalties dropped him to 4th. Tyler Chenault was able to capitalise and claim 1st place. In Heat 4, Anthony Squire had a rough start. Mark Andrews surged ahead and kept the lead, earning his 1st win. And so, heading into the final race, Squire had pole, with Mark Andrews in 2nd, Chenault 3rd, JP 4th, Jaime the Hurricane 5th, and Scott Freedy in 6th. Before the final race, let's take a look at what happened in the other categories. The junior division provided a great opportunity for young athletes to dive into the world of MotoSurf, learning from seasoned professionals on the tour. This class featured 6 rising stars. Coming off a win in the previous Americas race in Keystone Heights was the talented rider Sawangwan, who also competed in the hobby class.
Racing in 2 categories, I got to do both qualifiers. Sadly, it definitely tires me out a little bit.
However, Ryder faced stiff competition from Lucas Violet, who took pole position in the qualifier. Despite being the youngest rider, Lucas was a powerhouse on the water, leveraging his lightweight and effortless turns in pursuit of his first win.
Lucas, you beat the top rider in hobby by 3 seconds.
The biggest key is when you take your turn, get your board flat really quick, so then you can just book it to the next one.
Ryder's brother Nico Sawangwan qualified third. The brothers were supported by their mother Tirza, an impressive one-woman pit crew.
Ryder has custom bindings and he uses this board to race in hobby. So we've got to take his custom bindings off for little bro to race this board in junior.
Experienced rider Jordan Smith qualified fourth. Joining the junior category for the first time were John Anderson and Lauren Mardi, who was mentored by Jaime the Hurricane. Lucas Violet had a clear advantage at the starts thanks to his lightweight frame, securing first place on the final starting grid. Ryder and Nico took second and third respectively. John Anderson had an impressive run, overtaking the more experienced Jordan Smith to secure fourth on the grid. The juniors line up for the final. And they're off. Ryder Sawangwan gets bogged down at the start while John Anderson has a superb launch and grabs the early lead. Nico Sawangwan is in second, Lucas Violet chasing on the inside. Lucas with the inside lane advantage is first to hit the whole shot, nailing the turn and catapulting into the lead. Coming around the start-finish line, John Anderson holds second, but Nico deftly passes him on the left-hander. As they enter the split course, the top three riders take the left side, while Ryder Sawangwan takes the right side in fourth. Lucas maintains his lead. Ryder, now in attack mode, powers through the turns and beats both John and Nico to the exit, passing them into second place. Lucas decides to take his joker lap heading into lap 2, and Ryder moves into first. Lucas, who led the previous Keystone race until a late fall knocked him back, needs to stay upright to fend off the aggressive Ryder. Ryder takes his joker lap, tucking down low on his board. Can he overtake Lucas? Lucas holds strong and keeps his position ahead of Ryder. Jordan Smith, recovering after issues with her board in the heats, now moves into third after passing John Anderson. As they head into the final lap, Ryder making a last attempt to pass opts for the right-hand split, while Lucas enters the left. Ryder bears down hard, but Lucas keeps it under control and defends his position. Lucas Violet crosses the line and takes the win. Jordan Smith completed a fantastic race, securing third and her best finish of the weekend.
Still had a bad start. I knew I had to take him on the inside.
I did good. Lucas did very good. This race was very intense.
I really was trying to push myself to get that third place, get podium, and I did it, and I'm so proud of myself. My legs are shaking right now.
Ryder Sawangwan took the Americas Championship, with Lucas Violet in second overall and Nico Sawangwan finishing third. Fiercely competitive hobby class saw 16 riders from 4 nations take part. One of the top contenders was Ryder Sawangwan, who had won the previous race in Keystone Heights. His skills were improving with every race, and he'd recently placed 6th in the juniors at the previous round of the World Championship.
This is my first year starting the Moto Surf World Cup, so I've had a lot of practice this year, so I think it's going to go pretty good.
Ryder's biggest competitor was Sebastian Squire, who'd won all the heats in Keystone, but was dramatically passed by Ryder on the final lap of the race.
Finished second. I mean, sucked. Sucked real bad. Yeah, in this race, the goal is to obviously stay in first like last race, not miss any buoys like I did in the one race last race. Try to keep my stamina up, don't let off. 100% all the way, all the time.
Sebastian started strong, securing first in the qualifier ahead of Ryder Sawangwan. Chilean rider Jaime the Hurricane Uncache, riding in both the elite and hobby classes, qualified third.
Trying to do something that I haven't done before, which is riding 2 classes. So I'm not thinking about podium. I'm just thinking about finishing like 60 laps that I had to do this weekend. I'm gonna have noodle legs by the end of the weekend.
Kevin Sidora, known for his big personality and fierce competitiveness, qualified fourth.
Last couple weeks getting ready for the race, you got this adrenaline in your mind about the race and you're thinking about it, and it's very hard to sleep.
Todd Boyd, one of the oldest competitors in the hobby class, consistently fought at the top. Other potential disruptors included riders like David Wilson, Todd Rustberg, and Bobby Hurtado. The hobby class was divided into groups A and B, with only the top 12 riders advancing to the final race. Sebastian Squire and Ryder Sewangwan dominated their respective heats, winning all of them. Todd Boyd delivered strong performances, finally taking a win in Heat 4, securing third on the starting grid for the final. Jaime the Hurricane was consistent, just 1 point behind Todd, and would start fourth. And Grayson Stryker, in his first race, made the final cut in 12th.
Nowhere to go but up.
The 12 riders lined up for the start. Could Sebastian Squire hold on to first? The flag goes down and the race is on. Ryder blasts off, quickly gaining speed. Sebastian, with the inside lane, heads down the long straight. Brazilian rider Chris Holmes also gets a flying start from lane 8. Ryder takes the inside line and rounds it first. Followed closely by Sebastian, Chris Holmes challenges for second, while Bobby Hurtado moves up into fourth from 6th. David Wilson in 7th battles with Kevin Sidor, while Todd Boyd falls to 7th from 3rd. Kevin Sidor makes a move around a right-hander, passing Chris Holmes for 4th. Out of the split course, Ryder continues to lead unchallenged, with Sebastian in 2nd. Bobby Hurtado is climbed into 3rd, followed by Kevin Sidor in 4th, while Jaime the Hurricane works his way up the field after a slow start. Bobby takes his joker lap, allowing Kevin to take 3rd. Jaime continues his rise, getting his joker laps out of the way early and securing 3rd by lap 5. Excellent riding from the Chilean. Heading into the final lap, Ryder has a comfortable lead, but gets stuck behind backmarker Grayson Stryker. Ryder is able to pass Stryker on the split course and doesn't lose time. Ryder crosses the finish line first, clinching the America's Championship. Sebastian Squire finishes 2nd, and Jaime the Hurricane Uncache completes the podium in 3rd. Kevin Sidor takes 4th, with Bobby Hurtado finishing 5th.
I don't know. I thought I got the start pretty right, but somehow the person next to me was in front of me. Definitely 2nd, hoping for 1st, seeing if penalty comes someone's way, but
my legs were about to shut out in the last 2 laps, but I kept on going, and I'm doing what I need, what I think is the best thing to do for the World Cup.
Coming into the last lap, me and Sebastian both got stuck behind another rider, so if there weren't those 2 riders, then I think it would have been a little bit more close.
In the overall standings, David Wilson took 3rd after finishing 7th. Sebastian Squire in 2nd, and Ryder Sewangwan took the win. In addition to the jet surf racing, there's a Sea-Bob Challenge and a jet tube relay race. Sea-Bob jets are 6.5 horsepower, fully electric water sleds designed for high-speed driving in or underwater, perfect for both kids and adults.
Mercy Lager once done.
After 3 heats of Sea-Bob racing, the final came down to 5 riders. Lucas Violet, just as fast on a Sea-Bob as on a jet surf, takes the checkered flag, winning the Sea-Bob Challenge. Ryder Sewangwan finishes 2nd, with Dawson Chenault in 3rd.
I kept the wraps tight, I never showed up late. Always.
The women's Moto Surf division featured 5 riders from Canada and the USA. The favourite was veteran Canadian rider Rihanna DeVoe, who brings a wealth of experience, having won the previous race in Keystone Heights.
I swept Keystone, so there's going to be the overall podium points that I'm aiming for and shooting for. But little Anna Burke has gotten real fast, real quick. She went to the World Cup. She's improved her game.
She continued her winning streak by taking 1st in qualifying. Anne Burke, just 16 years old and in her rookie season, impressed with her speed on the straights, securing 2nd in qualifying.
I've been practicing with Uncle Anthony on the lake by following him around while he carves, and I just recently raced in Italy. I definitely feel like it's paying off. I feel a lot better on the course.
Rebecca Smith took third in qualifying and races alongside her daughter Jordan in the junior class. Marie-Pierre Blanchard from Quebec City was keen to make her mark and would start fourth. Vanessa Billo from Miami rounded out the field. The heat saw a fierce battle between rookie Anne Burke and veteran Rihanna DeVoe. Rihanna DeVoe was on her game, securing pole for the final. Anne Burke took second, and Rebecca Smith's consistent performance earned her third. The women riders line up for the final race. The flag drops and they're off. Anne Burke rockets off the start with Rihanna DeVoe close behind as the two separate from the field. Burke has a comfortable lead as she rounds the whole shot in first, with Rihanna in second and Vanessa Billo in third. Rihanna has Anne in her sights as they move into the split section, but Burke is smooth, swooping down low through the turns and emerges in first. With her previous win in Keystone, Rihanna can take the championship if she finishes second or better. The Canadian raises her hand, taking her first Joker lap going into lap 2. Marie-Pierre is chasing in fifth, while ahead of her, Rebecca Smith takes her Joker lap, nearly losing control but recovering just in time. A lap later, Vanessa Billo takes her Joker lap but loses a position to Smith, who moves up to third. In lap 4, Burke still leads and goes for her final Joker lap. Rihanna has already completed both of hers, and all eyes are on the rookie to see if she can stay ahead of Rihanna. And she does it! Anne Burke rejoins the regular track ahead of Rihanna and defends her lead. There's the checkered flag, and Anne Burke delivers a flawless performance to take the win in the women's category. Rihanna DeVoe finishes second, securing the America's Championship. Rebecca Smith takes third, rounding out a great day for the Smith family with 2 podium finishes.
I almost had her. Anna is so light and so quick. Once she upgraded that super light board, I can't catch up to that little tater tot. First the worst, second is the best? Nah, Anna's the best too. Oh girl, did you get first?
I hope so. It looks like it right now. But
I don't think I've ever pushed my legs like that before. They're on fire.
I really enjoyed this track. It's a fun track. I believe I got first. We'll see.
Rihanna steps onto the podium as the America's champion, with Anne Burke second and Rebecca Smith third. The final race of the Sebring event is arguably the most exciting, as the 9 riders in the elite class line up on the beach. JP is up fast. The Mexican rider gets the jump on the field. Scott Freedy in fifth gets squeezed out by JP and goes down. He almost takes Mark Gomez with him, but the Jets champ stays upright. JP leads to the whole shot with Tyler Chenault hot on his heels in second. Anthony Squire catches up as they come around the whole shot boy, but goes long. Tyler cuts it tight and moves into second. Mark Andrews also cuts in tight and recovers to fourth place. Tyler hugs the inside lane, trying to defend second place from Squire, but the points leader picks the perfect line coming around the yellow right-hander, shuts the door on Chenault and locks in second place. Mark Andrews stays in fourth, with Team OC's David Tayeb in fifth. Entering the split course, Juan Pablo takes the right-hand side and Anthony on the left. JP holds the lead, coming out just meters in front of Anthony Squire. Anthony Squire finds no way around and decides to take his Joker lap, looking for clean water to make up ground. Tyler Chenault moves up to third. Canadian Mark Andrews in fourth follows Squire into the Joker lap, trying to recover after his shaky start. Mark Gomez running in sixth behind Jaime the Hurricane in seventh, competing in his first elite race. Entering lap 4 of 9, Anthony Squire manages to take first, while JP goes for his long lap, but can he hold on? As the field spreads out over the course, Mark Andrews' strategic use of Joker laps lands him in provisional second place as the laps wind down. Heading into the final lap, Anthony Squire locks in first place after JP takes his final long lap. Tyler Chenault ends up in fourth, unable to overtake JP. And And so Anthony Squire emerges victorious, undefeated throughout the weekend, and takes the championship. Mark Andrews crosses the line in second, and Mexican rider JP salvages a podium spot in third. Tyler Chanot finishes fourth with David Tayeb in fifth.
Going into that first turn, Tyler actually cut that turn, and I thought I was going to hit him, but I managed to hang on, and then I followed Squire when he took the jokers. I think the timing was everything. My brother here from another mother.
Yeah, it's just a slightly slower brother.
Slightly slower.
It was close.
It was good.
Yeah, it was
Finally, I got lucky this weekend that all day I was unlucky.
At least we're both on podium again. I think JP got the start again. He's lighter. He gets that whole shot every time. I took a joker early. I was just able to pick everybody off one by one. Ended up first with a pretty good lead at probably at least 10-15 seconds. Slowed down, strolled to the finish gate, easy peasy.
Anthony Squire takes the top step a second time as he's crowned America's Champion 2024. That concludes the Moto Surf Games for 2024 in Sebring, Florida. See you next time.